And we are live.
Yes.
Hello, Pete.
Hello, Céline. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody can hear and see us. So I will do a small introduction. My name is Piet Kolruijts. I'm the founder of Impact House, and it's the fourth day of our celebration week. So 2 years ago, I founded the Impact House to become the hub in Brussels for social entrepreneurship and impact investing. And like the days before, I will give a short introduction of 5 minutes on the topic. So on Monday, the keynote speaker was a social entrepreneur talking about gender equality. And in my introduction, I told the story of the bank called Lehman Sisters. On Tuesday, we looked from the investor's perspective with SI2 Fund. And in my introduction, I told the story of my aunt, Tante Annie. And yesterday, a young leader of the non-profit organization KIO explained how to escape from poverty. And in my introduction, I told the story of my support for Youth for Climate. So today we will look behind the scenes of LITA, the crowdfunding platform for impact enterprises. And in my introduction, I want to tell you why I invested in this platform. So when I launched SI2 Fund, in 2012, we had some press coverage. I explained in interviews what we wanted to do with our fund. Being the first private social impact venture capital fund in Belgium, I explained why we believe there is a need for dedicated impact investors. Social businesses are a new concept, and combining it with a venture capital approach was innovative in itself. I got several reactions from neighbors who wanted to co-invest. From regulatory point of view, we choose to open our funds for only for experienced investors. With a minimum of 250,000 commitment, we knew that it was not very inclusive. But knowing the risk of this pioneering venture, we prefer to test with a small number of private investors, mostly high net worth individuals, family offices, and foundations. In the same period, we worked on a crowdfunding platform, at that time called Oxygen Crowd, because we believed we should open these exciting investing opportunities to everyone. To avoid conflicts of interest or reputation risks, we launched a platform for donations to social enterprises, not equity nor loans. But 2 years later, and to keep our focus on the fund investment activities, we sold our platform to Bank de Groof, who changed the name into Gingo. But we still believed crowdfunding and social entrepreneurship could be a magic match, not only as a solution for the funding of social enterprises, but also for marketing and free ambassadors support reasons. People are proud on their companies with purpose, on those social innovations who changed the world into a better place. They talk about it with friends and on social media, especially for B2C companies launching a new product or service. Crowdfunding for social enterprises is a good fit. One more reason for me to invest in LITA, the leading crowdfunding platform for social enterprises, is my ultimate goal to inspire as many Belgians as possible about impact investing. Giving the opportunity to participate, taking the risk, but also having the benefits when it works well, is a way to promote this impact space. My goal is to inspire people about social entrepreneurship and impact investing, and crowdfunding is an opportunity to do so. One general comment/disclaimer I have to make: not all the proposals are with the same risk. Besides investing in equity, in impact ventures, what LITA offers today, also many other investments should be made available for larger publics. Everyone should be able to invest in social housing with very moderate risks and a return of 2-3%. Everyone can invest in wind energy cooperatives with moderate to very few risks and returns up to 5%. Everyone can invest in co-housing loans, in social offices, in Triodos certificates But to feel the drive and feel really involved, an investment in a crowdfunded local initiative can be a good second step to discover the vibrant space of Belgian social enterprises. And listening to Lita's story today is the first step. Enjoy. So, Celine now, I guess.
Thank you, Pete. And we are located that you launched 2 years ago. Very happy to be one of the here in this house. It's been 2 years that we are now here. And maybe you can tell us more about the house, and because maybe some people don't know. So we're located basically in the center of Brussels. And what did you want to do with this house?
So Impact House is a bit of materialization of a dream that I had 10 years ago, starting an ecosystem around what social entrepreneurs need. I see many nice, good ideas from people with large ambitions and good intentions. And sometimes I see also many needs. Sometimes they need network, sometimes they need finance, sometimes they need coaching or help in different ways. So the idea is, if you build something really around all the needs of the social entrepreneurs, it should involve all those aspects. And the Impact House in Brussels is really a concretization, a materialization of this ecosystem view on impact investing. So it's open for non-profit organizations, for-profit organizations, for coaching activities, but also for events and offices, co-working space. So that's the whole idea. So everyone welcome to have a coffee, to grasp a coffee, and to learn about the Impact House.
And soon maybe tomatoes in the garden and maybe barbecue. Yeah, very happy to be here at the Impact House. I will show you a little bit the team a bit later. But first things first, I will use a PowerPoint and show you a little bit what we are doing with LITA here, and go a little bit in the depth of what we are doing on a daily basis in order to create. This is the end of the PowerPoint, and no. Okay, don't look at the slides. Voila, this is the intro. So we are indeed the first impact investing platform of Europe. Basically, we are based in Belgium, but also in France, in Italy, and soon in Luxembourg. So why the first impact investing platform? Well, because on LITA, as you know, you can invest only in impactful companies that have been selected by our team with a very strong impact, companies that are sustainable, that are innovative socially or environmentally. And I will explain you how we are doing so along this presentation. So we're indeed a group dedicated to finance positive impact. How we are doing this? Well, I was saying we are located in 3 and soon 4 different countries. We have among us more than 40,000 members that are active investors, and we raised so far 65 million euros thanks to the crowd and also private investors. I will come back on that a bit later. We're a fast-growing company, yes. I started working with LITA about 3.5 years ago in Belgium. And when I started, we were 8 employees so far, and now we are 40 people working in different departments of the company. Everything around development, the analyst team, of course, the investors relationships team, the marketing team. So all of it makes it possible. All these 40 people that are located in those 3 countries that I mentioned make it possible to raise these millions of euros for more than 100 companies so far. We have a B Corp certification. And these figures that you are seeing are for France and Belgium, but I will go along through the presentation. The online platform, maybe some of you know it already. You can discover companies that we've selected for you. You can invest and you can follow your investment. Basically, it's a tailor-made solution for entrepreneurs to raise funds and to follow their community of investors. I mean, you, let's hope. A few key figures about LITA. The average age on the platform is 45 years old, even though we have people ranked in between 18 years old and 110 years old. So there is no age, no limit to invest on LITA, and we are very happy about that. Contrary to what is happening usually in the investment world, 30% of the investors on the platform are women. This is something I wanted to mention because usually we speak of a rate of more or less 10%. And it's the same actually with the entrepreneurs that we finance. And Pete, the first language is, Italian for the Italian platform, of course. Yeah, a lot of women entrepreneurs, and this is something that we want to value also because we believe that social entrepreneurship should be inclusive at all levels, including gender equality. On LITA, I don't know if you've ever tried, but more or less 80% of the people have never invested before. So it's really something that we want to trigger. We want to trigger the fact that people invest for the first time in sustainable projects, and we accompany them on the long run in order to understand also what it means to invest. Most of the people have never invested before, or have been advised maybe by their banker, but never directly in a positive and an impactful company. So I think key figures to mention, and I'm really happy to answer your questions about that after. What we are trying to develop for you at LITA is a full investment strategy. Responsible investment are very trendy nowadays. We're trying to find a way to finance the prism of it all, meaning that we not only finance super sexy startups that we call Startup for Good. Maybe you've heard about Give a Day, or you've heard about Billy, that we help to finance with LITA. But we also want to finance companies that are local, really engaged in their communities, in their territory, that are looking for local ambassadors among them. We also finance companies that are active in real estate, sustainable real estate, can be co-living, and can be social housing. And this is maybe some types of investment that are a bit less risky, let's say, that are less risky. But we believe that it's by balancing a little bit the portfolios that we will manage to create also portfolios that are low risk, and I will come back on the risk later. And this is also the reason why we finance SMEs and associations, mostly in bonds. It's structures that are more mature and that have significant track records. You've maybe participated in the fundraising for Belvast Chocolate Factory last year. We received here at LITA, this was very good to be behind the scene, lots of chocolates from Belvast that we also gave you during the events where we were meeting you. And we would like at some point to focus on renewable energy. They are doing it already in France, and we're looking towards this field also in Belgium. And for your full information, we raise minimum 50,000 euros for companies. So entrepreneurs that are coming are looking for more than 50,000 euros, and we raise it in shares or in bonds. I didn't say it, but we have a label by the FSMA that is controlling everything that we are doing, and this is why everything that I explain you a little bit after is very important. It's because we need to protect consumers. We need to provide them with good investments, and we try to limit the risk. Of course, we're talking about investment, so the risk is always there. I will not lie about that, it's true. and we are informing and doing full analysis in order to stress some risk that could happen within the investment. So when you have a full profile, when you're registered fully on the platform, you can access an investment file and check a little bit all this risk and make yourself also the analysis yourself based on what we've prepared for you. This is very important. One notion, on most of the companies that we are raising for in shares, you can benefit of the tax shelter. Just I will let you have a look at our page about the tax shelter if you're interested in tax reductions, but I will not go further on this topic. 3 examples. Nowadays we are raising funds for Montcafetier, La Ressource, and we're going to be with Nasta after from La Ressource, and Puig. It's 3 companies that have passed all the processes of analysis of LITA, and that you can find nowadays on the platform. Now September is arriving, so very soon you're going to have more enterprises to follow and support. I'm going to do the slides, please. So about the portfolio, you can find it on LITA, and I was saying like SMEs, local enterprises, startups. It's really something for the taste of everyone. I invite you to have a look, and I will explain you how we decide which companies we are fostering online, because LITA is not a crowdfunding platform like any other kind. First, we are dedicated to impact, okay, but also we conduct a really deep analysis of each company that we will see online. So the selection is very important. Basically, I will tell you in a bit less than 3 years of full activity of LITA here in Belgium, we met approximately 900 companies, 900 impactful companies. It's quite a lot. And we've selected so far less than 5% of them. This allows us to select the best, the cream of the cream, if I may say, in every field that we are looking forward to finance. We conduct with them full due diligences. During this time, we are really going to challenge their ideas, to challenge their business model, to challenge their strategy. And it's very important because we do this during several weeks in order to present them to an investment committee that is composed of several people, some of the shareholders of LITA, some of the team members of LITA, but also some exterior people that are used to invest in companies, or that are used to analyze companies, or to accompany companies. So for example, you will find the Hub Brussels, you will find some experts on different sectors and fields, you will find Credal at the committee of LITA. And I will go back on that a bit later with our partners that are making it happen with us every day. So really important selection. I invite you to read what summarizes these due diligences. It's the investment file that I was talking about. And this is several weeks of work for us, for each company that is choosing to work with us. It looks like this. Basically, a very unreadable file that is composed of dozens of pages that we design after for you, and in which you will find each of these key points: the value proposition of the company, the team, which is super important when you analyze an enterprise, the market, the offer, and we focus not only on finance, but also on the impact and on the societal, environmental, and governance measures that the companies and the entrepreneurs are applying within their businesses. So super important. I'm sure that you will have questions about that. How do we measure impact? How do we conduct the due diligences in depth? For those who have never read our investment files, it's quite 360 degrees what you will find in those, and I invite you to ask questions about that. And my team here in the back, I think, is going to answer to you. Accompaniment also is quite full for the entrepreneurs. I don't know if we have some entrepreneurs among you here today, but I wanted to let you know a little bit how we are working with them. Not only we challenge the hypothesis that they bring to us in the financial plans, the strategy, etc., but also we prepare and we fundraise with them. They don't do that alone. This is why on LITA you will find for the entrepreneurs full support towards the entrepreneurs. We structure the financial elements, we structure the juridical steps that they need to follow, and we move forward with them in everything that they need to do. We work with them on the valuation of the company. When there's a valuation, we work with them on the shareholders agreement. And I invite you to read maybe the FAQ, la foire aux questions of LITA, on the webpage that will explain you a little bit all these processes. But really, we are going to go all around in order for them to be successful in their fundraising. I'm proud to say today that 95% of the companies that have been raising funds with us have reached their minimum targets or the objective that they wanted to find raising money with us. So it's quite a good rate. Also, we're good in rates, and we do for them the full coaching. So every week we are sitting with them and we are looking towards making their fundraising successful. We are helping them with newsletters, with social networks. We contact the press for them, etc. So it's really a teamwork that we implement behind each entrepreneur that is willing to collaborate with us, and we see us more as partners, and long-term partners to do so. Something that you don't see also on the platform that is quite important for entrepreneurs is that we're some kind of a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs, meaning that not only there's the crowd, and you can invest through the platform from 100 euros on, in most companies, 100 or 200 euros on, but we also do the work of working with impact funds, impact investment funds, public funds, and with networks of business angels, with people that are managing private equities for their clients, with family offices. So this is very important because not only there will be a movement of ambassadors behind an entrepreneur that will be developed thanks to the crowdfunding, and I think it's a little bit like giving back the power to the people to follow and encourage the trends and the entrepreneurs they want to see in the world. But also we go find professional investors for them, and thanks to all the job and all the structuration of the deals that we've conducted before. So it's something quite important. People trust us, and people trust the analysis of LITA. And this is why some entrepreneurs are very eager to work with us, because they know that they're in good hands to raise their goal, to reach their goal. Sorry. I want to come back to the basics of LITA. LITA's mission is really to democratize impact investing, and so the crowd is super important for us. It's really a window open to the world to showcase entrepreneurs that are doing good to our planet and to our society. So we will never step out of this crowdfunding business model that we have. It's really something that we want to make stronger and to improve, because for us it's a little bit like changing society and changing the system in a bottom-up way. Not only people with power and money can invest in successful and positive companies, but also the crowd. And this is something that was a bit new, because I would say in Belgium and in France, impact investing was quite was not really trendy. I must say, like, I do not find a word, but it's like impact investing was more for people with a lot of money and not for the citizens. What we are trying to bring here with LITA is the fact that everyone can be a change maker. This is the motto of Ashoka. Everyone can be a change maker. And we think that everyone can use money and savings in order to change the world. And this is a movement that we want to create. This is why the community of investors is also super important for us. It's because we love the entrepreneurs, but we love also the people that are supporting them. And I hope that by listening everything that I'm saying today, maybe you will be even more tomorrow. So voila. But so full accompaniment of the entrepreneurs in order to succeed the fundraising. And then for them, we do the follow-up. So the follow-up for investors, it's that every time that you invest, we will take care of reimbursing when you invest in bonds, or we will take care of sending you the tax shelter notification, attestation that you need for your tax documents. We conduct also a full reporting once a year. So it's a small due diligence that we conduct with each company that has been raising funds with us in order to see how the activity has been doing during the past year and what are the key points and the strategy that should be implemented in the future. We also organize the online voting to General Assemblies. Maybe some of you that are here today can vote for the General Assembly of Habibi and we have Habibi nowadays and mods. And we will take care in a few years, I will come back on that, on the exit also of the investors, which is super important. For the companies, I was saying a long-term partnership and long-term accompaniment. Why? Because not only of these tools that I just mentioned, but also because in most cases we are sitting at the board of the directors. So this is super important for us. It means that we are following them step by step in their growth and in their success. And we give them advice on how to advance on a strategic and financial way. So the follow-up for us is super important. And this is why today we have a rate of success of the companies that is quite high. I will come back on that later. Alors, how does it work? We try to have a follow-up also of the investors, and I was saying the entrepreneurs. So maybe some of you have been called by your teams. We spent more than 700 hours on the phone last year, calling more than 10,000 times people in order to answer the questions and in order to make sure that they've understood well the files and the companies that we are providing for them. The General Assemblies, we've organized 45 last year. We conducted 41 reportings, and we've been sitting in board meetings for more than 320 hours. Yes, it's quite a lot. So it's to give you some key figures of LITA behind the scene and what we do to follow companies. Voilà. The portfolio of LITA, I was saying in the introduction, a bit more than 100, it's 110 companies that we've been financing so far. And I wanted to tell you something. The analysis that we do it, we don't do it only for the fun. We do it because we want you to minimize the risk that you have when you invest in a company. So today, on the 110 companies that we've been financing so far, there's only 5 bankruptcies that have occurred. So far, 5. So it's quite a good rate. And every time, I must say, every time we have appointments with banks or funds, they are quite amazed by this rate. It means that our analysts are doing a really good job in selecting the right project holders and the right companies. There's So all this thing that we are doing, sitting for that many hours in boards, conducting the general assemblies, supporting the entrepreneurs on the long run, making the investors understand and also generate maybe sometimes a feeling of community behind a brand or a company. This is super important, and this is what it makes the portfolio of LITA being very sane, I would say. Yeah. About the exits, some people are asking me sometime, what about the exit? When will I get back my money? When can I step out of this company? We invest in a company. This is a little bit the goal, to either to support or to make a little bit of money. On the returns, maybe I will start. On the returns, when you have bonds on LITA, this is something that you can see directly. So you have bonds that we provide for you that are 4, 5, 6% per year. On the companies that you invest in shares, so far LITA has 5 years in France and 3 years in Belgium. And we are conducting now, end of 2020, so after 5 years in France, 2 exits of companies of the portfolio, 2 positive exits. So I was saying, little rate of bankruptcy, exits that we are trying to foster and to make happen, and it's happening after 4 years of investment, because LITA started 5 years ago, but the first investments were 4 years ago. So it's quite good, and we are hoping that in the upcoming years we are going to be able to exit from a little bit of more companies a bit faster. Voilà. This is all thanks to a golden team, I would say. This is my colleagues from Paris, but maybe I will show you a little bit behind the scenes. My office and my colleagues. I want to give them also the opportunity to to show their faces. So this is Muriel, my colleague who is in charge of marketing and who is also typing all the investment files that you will find. Fully bilingual. Muriel, she comes from Ghent. This is Margot, who is in the analyst team, and Margot is working right now on full diligences, on due diligences, because we have a committee next week. So new projects arriving very soon on the platform. And here, so I show you the office also. And here, up, we have Madeleine and Grégoire that are working to answer all the questions of the investors and that are committed to make the campaigns happen. So maybe some of you reached them on the phone already or through the chat, but they are the reason why the campaigns are succeeding also. Voilà. So it was to give you a little tour, and we are located at the second floor of the Impact House in the city center of Brussels, Arlois subway station. Voilà, I will go back on the PowerPoint. And I think I clicked on delete. So Muriel is going to put it back. Thank you, Muriel. And we have Leo that is not here. Vincent that is going to join the team. We are now recruiting for the people that are interested a new analyst, because Louis is leaving us soon. Voilà. And I want to tell you a little bit what we are doing, not only for impact investing, but for social enterprises. So I've created a few slides for you, and I'm happy to share that. So some of our shareholders here in Belgium: Credal, Four Wings Foundation, Impact Capital, a foundation dedicated to eradicate poverty, an impact investment fund, and a cooperative that is working towards alternative finance, microcredit, and financing social businesses since about 30 years. So this is our main partners, but we also, of course, move from the office and meet some people in incubators, in impact investment funds. We go visit public entities in different regions, and we work with different networks, EVPA, Network on the Neighbor, etc., etc. So it's really being on site with the people that are making social businesses happen and grow. This is really something that we want to foster, a full ecosystem of people that are collaborating. To give you a few examples of what I'm just saying, on the first line you will find a few initiatives that we are part of in France. Maybe some of you know the CEO of LITA, Eva Sadoun. She's a board member of each of these companies, of these organizations on top of the line. She just took the co-presidency of the MOVES, the Mouvement des Entrepreneurs Sociaux in France, and she's a board member of Finansol, that is labelizing ethical products. And for the MOVES, she's the first female president, co-president, and she's less than 30 years old. So I think we should applaud. If we could, I would applaud. In Belgium, we have been part of several initiatives. We have been the initiator of Impact Now, a tour of Belgium to source and to find and to talk with social entrepreneurs. We've been conducting this 2 years ago in Belgium, last year in Italy. And we've been part of two very meaningful for me initiatives. One is Solifin. So Solifin is basically a movement of ethical financiers that are helping social businesses. And we are working very closely since the foundation of Solifin, since the idea of Solifin, actually. I'm part of the board of this organization, same as Pete, by the way. And basically what we are trying to do is to do more matchmaking in between social entrepreneurs and financiers, to understand also everything that is around financing a company and financing it sustainably. And so I'll let you check the website, but it's something that might interest some of you. It's really a great network to be part of or to follow on Facebook, for example. I have a lot of pleasure to conduct some activities with Solifin, a great network. And I had the chance to participate also to the implementation of a platform that has been commended, I would say, by the King, King Philip, and that has led to a network of practitioners around social businesses that is called Be Impact, to inspire the general public, everyone like you and me, to become more supportive of these social businesses or to create social businesses. So you will find everything on beimpact.org, I believe. And we have the immense honor to have the King coming to our events to invite us to speak about social businesses and to now take into account this kind of businesses every time he goes abroad or when he was going abroad, and to defend these actors. So we are very proud of that. Here in the house there's Ashoka also, and Ashoka is one of the members of Be Impact, and I salute them if they are here. I know, Aisling, you're listening to me. Voilà, so two initiatives to foster also the community, to foster social businesses, social entrepreneurship everywhere we are, and I believe it's quite a good idea to do. We're not only not only raising funds, but also raising awareness about issues of the world and how to solve them and the solutions that are present in Belgium. So our impact, to summarize a little bit, our impact, democratization of finance, making it more transparent, being as much pedagogical as we can in order to make everyone understand finance and investments. I was saying that 80% of the investors on LITA never invested in sustainable companies before. Lobbying towards the public entities and maybe also some crowns, I would say, in order to foster the good and hard work of all the social entrepreneurs that we are helping, to ease financing impact, of course, and you are more and more people following us and registered on LITA. So thank you for that. We need you. A one-stop shop for entrepreneurs with full coverage of their needs when they need to fundraise for their businesses, and of course to facilitate or to consolidate the numbers from the jobs that these social enterprises are creating. So I believe this is our impact. Maybe you can find more. I'll be happy if you can share my ideas, but to summarize, I would say these 6 points. To conclude on that, and I will give the floor to Nasta from La Ressource. I would like to invite you really to ask me your question. I will answer just after the pitch of Nasta, and I would like to invite you to invest in the world you want to live in. Voilà. Thank you. Nasta, the floor is yours. So Nasta is one of the co-founder of La Ressource. La Ressource is a company that is fundraising right now on LITA. Hello Nasta, how are you?
Hello, ça va?
Ça va?
Oui, ça va.
You prefer to do it in French?
Oui, yes.
Okay. For those who do not understand, we have a team in the background that can translate if you raise your hands, or if you do not understand French, we'll be happy to translate as much as we can. But everything can be found online on LITACO. La Ressource is almost at the minimum target for its fundraising. Nasta, congratulations, you're going to be there very soon.
Yes, thank you, Céline.
Ok. Tu nous en dis plus sur La Ressource?
Oui. Alors, tout d'abord, La Ressource, eh bien, c'est une équipe. Et donc, l'équipe, elle est composée donc, de 3 personnes. Il y a Alex, donc, qui est issu du secteur financier. Et donc, c'est l'homme des chiffres dans l'équipe. En plus de gérer pas mal d'autres aspects du projet. C'est lui qui est en contact d'ailleurs avec Céline et Lita, le plus de l'équipe. Ensuite, il y a Candice, qui est... architecte d'intérieur, éco-designeuse, et donc il nous a créé les magasins, donc celui d'Etterbe qui est celui maintenant de Jet, et alors qui est aussi un petit peu l'esprit innovateur de l'équipe, qui apporte un petit peu des petites innovations de temps à autre. Et puis alors il y a moi, Nasta, donc j'ai étudié à Sciences Po et je me forme en herboristerie, phytothérapie, et donc je suis plutôt dans tout ce qui est recherche et développement. Ainsi que je m'occupe du recrutement. Voilà, ça c'est pour l'équipe. Alors ensuite, pour l'histoire de La Ressource, ça a commencé par Almacena. Et donc Almacena, c'est une ASBL qui a été fondée par Candice et moi-même. Et on a commencé ça en 2016. Et donc l'objectif, c'était vraiment de sensibiliser à l'utilisation d'ingrédients naturels et faire ces produits soi-même. Donc produits de ménage, mais aussi cosmétiques. Et donc, on a commencé, on a de plus en plus de demandes, on faisait des ateliers à domicile, on a fait pas mal d'événements, et actuellement, on est à plus de 3000 personnes qui sont donc passées par nos ateliers. Et là est venu Alex, on l'a rencontré, on a discuté, on a décidé de créer La Ressource. Et donc, La Ressource, effectivement, l'idée, c'est aller plus loin, en fait. On est parti d'un constat pendant les ateliers, on s'est rendu compte que les gens ne savaient pas où trouver les ingrédients, il manquait quelque chose. On nous demandait souvent un espace. Donc, c'est comme ça qu'est venue l'idée de faire La Ressource. Et donc, La Ressource, c'est vraiment l'idée de faire une droguerie durable et partagée. Donc, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? C'est d'avoir au même endroit tous les ingrédients pour faire ses produits soi-même, mais aussi un endroit où on pourrait créer ses propres produits. Et on serait guidé pour faire ça. Et il y aurait aussi des produits finis. Donc, ça, c'est vraiment l'idée de base. Donc, voilà, donc des produits zéro déchet. Donc, il faut savoir qu'on fonctionne ici aussi dans un esprit le plus local possible. Donc, pour les produits solides tels que les savons, les shampoings, on va faire appel à des artisans bruxellois ou aux alentours de Bruxelles. Donc, on a vraiment, il y a vraiment énormément en fait, de ressources ici tout près. Donc, il n'y a pas besoin d'aller chercher des choses très loin. Ça, c'est pour tout ce qui est vraiment zéro déchet, dans solide, pardon. Ensuite, on a le bar à pompe. Et donc, le bar à pompe, ça va être tout le vrac liquide. Donc, autant pour les produits cosmétiques que les produits de ménage. Ensuite, on a le vrac. Et donc ça va être vraiment toutes les poudres, des copeaux de savon, du bicarbonate, des argiles, donc pour faire ces produits soi-même, mais aussi à utiliser tels quels. Donc, tout le monde connaît maintenant le bicarbonate de soude, par exemple. Voilà, c'est quelque chose qu'on peut trouver ici assez facilement. On a aussi, en dehors des produits qu'on vend, il y a en plus vraiment le conseil. Donc, il faut savoir que toutes les personnes qui sont en magasin, comme moi maintenant, je suis en magasin, voilà, on forme en fait toutes les personnes qui sont en magasin à vraiment pouvoir aider, guider les clients. Et de cette manière-là, les sensibiliser aussi à savoir, voilà, quel produit acheter, comment est-ce qu'ils peuvent adapter tout ça à leur type de peau, à leur maison, enfin vraiment répondre à leurs demandes de la manière la plus précise possible, répondre à toutes leurs questions, parce qu'il y en a parfois qui débarquent, qui n'ont aucune connaissance, ils sont juste curieux, et donc on peut aussi les aider à faire leurs produits eux-mêmes dans le labo. On a le labo au magasin qui va permettre justement de les guider, de les aider à fabriquer leurs propres produits quand ils ne savent pas par quoi commencer. Ensuite, pour nos ambitions, on a commencé donc par un premier magasin maintenant ici à Etterbeek où je suis. Donc, on est situé près de la plage Jourdan et on a été vraiment très bien accueillis dans le quartier par les autres commerçants et par les personnes du quartier. Il faut savoir qu'on avait déjà fait un pop-up store ici l'année passée et c'est pour ça aussi qu'on a choisi de s'implanter ici pour notre première boutique. Ensuite, on vient d'ouvrir ce samedi à Jette. Et là, on l'a fait en partenariat avec The Barn Biomarket. Ils sont venus nous proposer en fait de partager l'espace avec eux. C'était une super opportunité pour nous. Et donc voilà, on a décidé de se lancer avec eux à Jette. Et l'ouverture du week-end passé était un réel succès. Donc on est vraiment ravis de cette collaboration, voilà, qui ne fait que commencer et qu'on a hâte de voir se développer. Pour la suite, on espère ouvrir un magasin en septembre 2022. La première année, on sera vraiment d'une vitesse de croisière avec les bénéfices qui suivent pour l'ouverture effectivement de ce troisième point de vente et qui sait par la suite ouvrir plusieurs points de vente pour que ça soit vraiment des boutiques pour aller au plus près des gens. L'idée, c'est vraiment de se situer le plus près possible des gens. Il y a vraiment une grosse demande dans tout ce qui est non alimentaire. Donc voilà, il y a vraiment pas mal d'espace à couvrir à ce niveau-là. Une autre ambition, c'est aussi de développer nos propres produits. Et donc notre propre marque. Il faut savoir qu'on a engagé une cosmétologue dans l'équipe. Elle nous a rejoint au fin juin. Et donc, c'est aussi une ambition de développer la marque La Ressource, autant pour les détergents que pour les cosmétiques. Donc, avec des ingrédients les plus locaux possibles et plus naturels, bien évidemment. Et alors, pour l'impact, donc pour l'impact, il y a le côté sensibilisation, comme je le disais avant, le fait que voilà, les gens ils arrivent par curiosité parfois et qu'on les sensibilise, on leur explique. Pas plus tard que tantôt, il y a une personne qui est rentrée qui cherchait juste du liquide pour les mains et voilà, je lui ai expliqué l'intérêt en fait de prendre un savon solide plutôt qu'un savon liquide. Elle était vraiment assez curieuse, assez étonnée parce qu'elle pensait que le savon solide était quelque chose de vieux jeu. Voilà, dans sa tête, c'était quelque chose de vieux. Je fais non, ça redevient à la mode. Il y a de plus en plus de gens qui utilisent. Elle fait ah bon, je savais pas. Et donc voilà, donc ça c'est quelque chose, ça fait partie aussi. Voilà, c'est de sensibiliser et tout type de public. On se rend compte qu'il y a un public cible, mais il y a pas mal de gens qui rentrent un peu par hasard et qui finalement on les sensibilise et ça devient des clients. Donc ça c'est vraiment intéressant. À côté de ça. Il y a le côté, voilà, on est dans l'amélioration avec les partenaires, l'amélioration logistique du vrac. Par exemple, ici, pour notre pompe, on a une pompe en magasin, donc pour tout ce qui est vrac liquide, on aimerait bien pouvoir proposer un liquide lessive et un produit nettoyant belge. On est en contact avec un fabricant justement qui fait quelque chose dans l'économie de manière circulaire, voilà, avec des ingrédients de récupération. L'idée, c'est d'arriver à vraiment arriver à faire en sorte de trouver un système qui corresponde. Et alors, on va travailler en fait ensemble avec les partenaires pour trouver une solution afin que le vrac soit de plus en plus disponible pour des solutions locales. Voilà. Ça, c'est un dernier point. Ah oui, et alors, pourquoi l'ITA Eh bien, l'ITA, c'est d'abord, on a rencontré Céline, c'était Candice qui a rencontré Céline, qui a un petit peu expliqué l'intérêt, en fait, de faire une levée de fonds. On ne savait pas du tout que c'était possible. À la base, c'était juste Candice et moi. Il n'y avait pas encore Alex. On ne connaissait pas du tout ces principes-là. Et donc, elle nous a vraiment ouvert les yeux sur cette possibilité-là. Et au moment de faire la ressource, on s'est dit, ben voilà, c'est une opportunité unique, effectivement, de passer par là, surtout qu'on va ouvrir 2 magasins de manière très rapprochée, on va avoir besoin de financement. Et donc, l'ITA était vraiment, comme je disais, une super opportunité. Et ils nous ont vraiment bien aidés, justement, pour construire le due diligence, pour identifier nos besoins. Ça a été quelque chose, c'est l'exercice, et l'air de rien, n'est pas toujours évident de vraiment voilà, déterminer les besoins en termes de chiffres. Et donc ça, l'ITA nous a accompagnés tout du long et à vraiment faire l'analyse de la situation. Donc ça, pour ça, surtout que ben voilà, il y a aussi l'ITA est aligné avec nos valeurs, et ça, c'était très important pour nous. Voilà.
Merci Nasta, c'est super.
Voilà. Mais je vais juste terminer en disant un petit mot sur. Donc, on est toujours en levée de fonds. On va bientôt, comme l'a dit Céline, atteindre le minimum. Donc voilà, je vous encourage à investir pour la ressource, pour notre projet. Merci à vous pour votre attention.
Merci beaucoup Nasta. En fait, moi, j'avais rencontré Candice dans le cadre de l'écosystème zéro déchet, parce que Candice est très connue en région bruxelloise sur tout ce qui est zéro déchet. Et ce que vous avez fait, Nasta, avec elle dans Almacena pendant plusieurs années a été plébiscité, je pense, par beaucoup de monde. Donc, c'était en fait tout simplement une pure rencontre qui nécessitait pas nécessairement de parler du financement de la ressource, qui est une toute jeune coopérative en plus, qui vient de se monter, mais peut-être que du coup, la graine a germé suite à cette rencontre. Et puis, je tiens à le dire aussi, je pense que c'est une campagne qui plaît beaucoup parce que vous allez être suivi par un de nos partenaires qui s'appelle Funds for Good et qui va vous octroyer un prêt à taux zéro avec une franchise de capital de 1 à 2 ans et surtout qui va vous permettre d'être coaché par un mentor expert dans le retail et la vente et le bio. Donc, je suis très heureuse pour vous de ça. Et pour la petite histoire, je crois qu'il y a plusieurs coopérateurs qui font partie ici de ce live meeting et j'en fais partie aussi. Donc, je suis une heureuse coopératrice de la ressource et je vous souhaite beaucoup de bonheur, de plaisir et de succès dans tout ce que vous faites. Ça a l'air de bien démarrer, donc continuez comme ça. Merci
beaucoup. Merci.
Du coup, je vais prendre un petit peu quelques questions qui sont posées ici. Vous avez bien compris, je vais pas les prendre toutes, and I will switch back to English. So, Federico, thank you for your question. How does LITA finance itself? That's a good question. So, we have the same model as I would say any crowdfunding platform. The entrepreneur is paying a fee to enter the platform for all the job that we are conducting during the due diligences. And this fee is payable only if the committee agrees on the project. So if we conduct a full due diligence but the committee disagree, this is our bad. It means that we have selected a project that cannot pass like important steps and considerations. And then we are, when we are raising funds, we have a fee of 4 to 7% on the funds that the entrepreneurs are raising. So 4, 5, 6 or 7%, and a very small annual yearly fee for all the accompaniment that we are conducting. When you invest in LITA also, you have, as an investor, a small fee that you need to pay, which is in between 1 and 3%. It depends of the amount that you invest in. And this 1 or 3% is actually for us to pay Mango Pay, which is the provider for all the financial and the exchange of money, because LITA never touches the money that is being sent through its channels, and this is something that is very important and that is mandatory to receive an agreement from the FSMA. And it pays also the signature and all the contractors that we need to have for paying online, etc. So this is the fee that is paid. Thank you for the question. Ingmar, what are the consequences for the tax benefit when a company goes bankrupt or is taken over before the formal exit moment? Alors, this is the good thing. Good to know when you invest and you have a tax shelter. The first condition of the tax shelter to have it fully, 45% for startups, for SMEs, is really to stay for 4 years among the shareholders of the company. If you stay for 4 years, you will benefit the first year of 45% of deduction on your tax payments. So you will see a line that says, okay, but you've decreased your taxes of this amount. And if a company goes bankrupt or is taken over by another entity, you will keep the benefit of it. So this is the good thing to do. I invite you to read the page about tax shelter that we've written for you, and I think you will find also some information there. Sharam, I think you have some questions about the exit and the return on investment. Return on investment, I want to make it clear also here. What you can expect from social enterprises is not what you can expect from any kind of startups that is going to go on the trade market within 3 or 5 years. So clearly, we haven't found yet the next Airbnb or Facebook or Google of social enterprises. We're looking for you for it, but it means that we expect returns that are an average of 4 to 5%, and let's say in between 2 and 7-8% per year. Voilà. So Pierre, I really hope that we are gonna conduct some exit before your pension. I would really like to see you next to your swimming pool. And I believe that you need to exit some companies before building it. So we're trying to work on that, and this is the good work that we are conducting during the board meetings that we have with the entrepreneurs and towards the years alongside with them. Voilà, it's about 1 hour that we are here together. I would like to thank you all. I hope that you've heard and listened and learned a bit more about LITA. I invite you to follow us on the social medias. We have a Facebook page in which we are sharing a lot of information about ethical finance, social businesses, about some trends, etc. So follow us on Facebook if it's not yet done. And I hope also you're registered on our newsletter. And I would like to let you know that since it's the 2 years from the second anniversary of the Impact House, there is tomorrow an event that is online also. It's another session for the anniversary of the Impact House. How can I adapt good habits for society, the planet, and myself? That is conducted by a company that is called The Impactors, and that is followed by Ashoka here in the house. So I really hope that you will register, follow the Impact House, and it's on the website also. Thank you all for being here tonight, and I hope to see you soon, maybe on a live meeting again, and hopefully before the end of the year or beginning of next year in live. Thank you very much, and our phone number is 02588 27 57. Do not hesitate to reach us if you have any questions, and voilà, we'll be happy to communicate with you. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye.